What's going on YouTube? Thanks for tuning in. I'm back with more product reviews for you guys. Today's video is going to be on the SIG MSR Tango 1-10 first focal plane scope. So what's my affiliation with SIG? I reached out to them. They were kind enough to send this out for me to do a review. I actually have to send this back after my testing. I'm actually going to take this on a hog hunt in a couple weeks here, end of February. They were kind enough to let me do that. So after that, I'm going to give my final thoughts on what I think about the scope. Today's video is just going to be an initial unboxing video. So let's jump down and we'll take a close look at this. Alright, so here we are. Tango MSR 1-10 first focal plane scope. This is one of their somewhat higher end scopes. There is the barcode, and on the other side is their lifetime guarantee. I've not tested it yet, but from what I've heard, they're really good on their warranty exchanges. So we're going to open up what all comes in the box. I know this camera view kind of stinks, but got to work with it. Anyways, up top you're going to get the scope mount. I'll take a look at that closer here in a bit. And inside you're going to get the scope itself. And then inside the box you're going to find silica packet, a sticker, battery, and a cleaning cloth. And also the manual. So this kit does come with a cantilever mount. This is a 34mm tube, so you got to be mindful of that if you're not going to use this scope mount. This is your standard cantilever mount, mainly used on AR-15 platform rifles. From what it looks like, everything is well machined. I'm just going to use the standard bolts on this side to tighten. This does give the inch pounds, so you cannot go wrong there. And on top, it does read 25 inch pounds as well. I will not be showing how to do an install on this because YouTube is really strict. But hopefully tomorrow when I go to the range and I get everything sighted in, we will give my initial thoughts on that as well. So what we all came here for, again, SIG MSR Tango 1-10 first focal plane scope. This retails roughly for around $700, I believe, on their website. They're on sale right now. So starting from the back here as usual, you do get the fast focus eyepiece. Very, very smooth, very easy to adjust. Again, for you to use this eyepiece, you're going to look up into the sky with the scope. Fast focus this until the reticle becomes clear, and then that's what you're going to set it at. This does come with some really nice scope cap covers, and they lay nice and flat, so they're not going to sit up like this and obstruct your view. And they're really springy. Left side here, you're going to see the SIG logo. On top, you're going to see Tango 1-10 by 26, and then right's going to say SIG SAUER as well. So this here again is the 1-10 power. The thrower lever is kind of stiff, I guess because this is brand new on the box. I haven't played around with it much. It does also come with a thrower lever. If you don't like it, you can actually take it off. I'm going to leave it on there just so I have a faster throw speed, and when I'm hog hunting that will come in handy. The numbers are nice and big so you can read it. Pretty self-explanatory, 1 all the way to 10. Moving forward, you get a 34mm tube. If you guys take a look on the left side here, there is a line there. What that is for is when you mount your scope on, you can use that line as a reference. When you put the scope caps on, you can put this line right in between this scope ring and you should be level. That's a pretty smart idea by SIG. Moving back up to the top here, the turret caps are covered. And it's 0.5 MOA per click at 100 yards. So let's listen and see how these sound. This is going to be my first time doing it. Very nice audible clicks. You can feel them, you can hear them. I'm not sure how tracking is going to do, but I'll test that here in the future. You can reset the 0 on here. So say if you're setting it in and you land on that number, you can take an Allen screw on top, unscrew the Allen bolt, lift it up and put it back on to 0. The scope caps are nice and knurled, so you can get a nice grip on it even with gloves. Going on the right side, that's going to be your elevation. Again, it's going to be half MOA per click at 100 yards. Let's listen to this one. Again, very nice audible clicks. Very well constructed. Just holding on to this, I can feel that it's really well made. So the bottom here says designed in Oregon, but of course it is made in China. So take that as it is. Moving forward here, you do get another scope cap and it does lay flat. I do like that design again, like I mentioned. That way it doesn't get in the field of view, and it's just a little more streamlined. And then moving to the left side here, you're going to see an illumination knob. This does come illuminated, comes in 11 brightness levels. You guys can see there that is the reticle. I'll throw a picture here of what it actually looks like up close, but this is the illumination. And it does not have any indentations in between for you to turn off. So once you're at 0 and you want to go to 6 or 7, you're going to have to turn to 6 or 7. You make sure you got to turn it back to 0, otherwise it'll drain the battery and that'll not be good. So that is the scope. Again, this is the 1-10 Tango MSR first focal plane by SIG SAUER. Retails roughly for about $700, which includes this cantilever mount, which I believe is a really good deal. Looking through the scope here, everything seems to be really super clear. You don't get that black halo effect around the back compared to some other low power available optics. One last thing I did forget to mention, the weight on this. It does weigh 21.9 ounces. So it is relatively, not going to say heavy or light, but it's kind of right in the middle. With the 1-10, you actually get a bigger housing back here. And the bigger main tube, that's just what's going to make up the weight. So let's jump up top and I'll give my final thoughts and initial unboxing and first impressions of this. Alright, so we're back up top again. I know I said it a million times. SIG SAUER Tango MSR 1-10 first focal plane scope. One thing I did forget to mention, first focal plane scope compared to second focal plane. First focal plane basically means when you adjust the magnification here, the reticle grows with the picture. Second focal plane, the reticle stays the same while the image moves in and out. I enjoy second focal plane for hunting just because the reticle is there and you don't have to zoom to a really high magnification to get the full reticle, versus a first focal plane at 1 power, the reticle is super tiny and then you gotta zoom into 4 or 5 before you can actually start seeing the actual reticle. This one I don't mind just because it is a low powered scope, meaning that at 1x the reticle is actually just gonna look somewhat like a red dot, and then when you zoom out to 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, the reticle will grow, and then that's when you can take more precise shots. But yeah, that's all I have for today's video. Short and sweet. I've always wanted to try SIG optics. I've heard great things about them, and of course they did win the contract with the military, so that just shows that they are a really good company and they put out good products. Again, like I mentioned, I'll be taking this on a hog hunt at the end of February here, so I will see how that performs. I believe it's going to do really good at 1 power all the way to 10. At close shots, I can swing it down to 1 or 2 power, and then for those longer shots, I can bring it up to 10x and hopefully put a hog down on the ground. You guys will see that video on my outdoors channel, GorillaPod Outdoors. I'll leave a link in the description below. Again, I just want to say thanks to SIG for sending this out for me to do a review. Really appreciate it that they trust me with their products and that I'll be sending it back after my hog hunt. Hopefully I will be working with them in the future. Any questions, leave in the comment section below. Until next time, be safe everyone.